How is it that your mom had this contact? How is it that she was in this network?
Okay, my mom is a housekeeper, and I've never been ashamed to say that. She met her through housekeeping. Yeah.
We have so much in common on Velia. That was my first job in high school, was cleaning houses. And my mom was a housekeeper too as I was growing up, and ended up becoming a teacher. But we have so much in common there. Yeah. I
Sarita, explain this. How could this have been the experience of Annabelle? Of course, in high school, you don't have a crystal ball, but we do, because we know that she went directly to a 4-year, aced everything, was on the dean's list every quarter, by the way. I happen to know this every quarter, and then graduated with honors. How is it that this happens? And in your experience, can you give us an example of some results of a system where this was corrected?
Sure. So, in my experience, especially after having run a counseling department for several years, it is an observation that I have that in many high school environments, unless a child has a relationship with a specific person who mentors them through the process, they don't receive the information that they need in many schools and places. Some places do a wonderful job, but there are still some places that really struggle to provide kids with the information that they need in order to have every life choice available to them after high school. So my own experience was that a family member mentored me. My counselor did not provide me with that information either. And when you think about it, is pretty crazy because Anabelia and I both fit the profile of a child who absolutely has college as an option, regardless of whether or not you took AP classes, her GPA, all the things she was involved in. She was absolutely a candidate for a 4-year university. And the other piece is that sometimes schools expect kids to come to them. So I'm going to have the meeting for kids who are interested in going to college. And if you want to, you'll come. Annabella came to the office and is asking for the information. And she has this person who I'm sure is a good person in many ways, but for whatever reason, had this idea that Annabella was not a candidate for a 4-year and made that clear whether or not she specifically said that to her. She absolutely intimated that to her. So, in the absence of a system school wide, we end up depending on adult beliefs and adult assessment of student potential. I might see a kid and think, wow, that kid's college material based on whatever is in my head as to what a college bound kid looks like. And so I seek that kid out. I mentor them. I provide them with all the information. I make sure they know about all the sessions we're having. If you don't have a system, what we've seen time and time again is that kids like Annabella fly under the radar. She's very behaved. She's very polite. She's quiet. Even though she's got all the right characteristics and qualifications, and also sometimes based on people's beliefs and expectations of different student groups, and particularly Latinas, let's just call it out, they will not end up getting what they need in terms of the information and the help that they need to move through that process as a first generation college student. So important.